celestial light. No words. No words to describe. I should have said the poem. So beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. The people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
These are the spiritual as much as physical voyages of the Co-Federation Solar Sun, our starship, planet Earth, restored to heaven on our every earth as our spiritual, genealogical, local, global, universal voyager and shared her and his family community enterprise. Our new millennial year's mission to rediscover and re-understand, sustain, and explore are and all are in fact familiar new worlds of family community, of the tree of love, life, and light throughout the solar system and universe, to restore, renew, and sustain our and new life and new sustainable civilizations, past, present, retroactively, and now, rebalance, and future, always balancing, to lovingly, genealogically, and boldly become and be space-time travelers whenever and where we have interdimensional reality, all in part been before, if also never been before, in alternative space-time lines that are circles, which are of the universal EQ, IQ, and SQ continuum, balance, combinations of the ever-expanding circle which spirals and grows, budding and blooming in space-time. Love and live enlightened, ever young, long, and prosper all both in each and every one. Engage your heart, mind, soul, and body, for we all, both and each, both and all, can, must, and marvelously and miraculously make it so.
In the thunderous blast, she emerges, her eyes on fire, the mighty priestess. She is risen from the nativity of Kandra. She is risen from the fires of the earth. She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
She is risen. She is risen.
A family of poetesses and poets, artists, healers, Co-Secretary General Sevioraz, Equinox True Qs, our family community is all of these, and I represent them intercessorily.
Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. Om Mahalakshmi Mrudapriya Maharupa Mahapujya Mahapadhanashini Mahamaya Mahasattva Mahashakti Maharati Mahabhuta Maheshwarya Mahavidya Mahabala Mahabuddhi Mahasiddhi Mahayogishwareshwari Mahatantra Mahamantra Mahayantra Mahasana Mahayagatkramadhya Om Mahabhairava Pujita Maheshwara Mahakalpaka Mahatandava Sakshini Mahadavesha Mahisi Mahatripura Sundari Chatushshti Upacharadhya Chatushshti Kalamayi
महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटियोगिनी गणसेविता Unless you're doing that. No. No words. No words. Describe. I should have said the poet.
I am representing the poetesses and the poets. They are here.
So people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
This day I call the heavens and the earths as witnesses intercessorily for and hopefully and prayerfully not against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose love and life with light, so that you and your children may live. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not your, our new millennial law.
Okay. Mother Patricia, maybe May sunflowers, hostility and blackness. This is Anna Marie, singing Christian, and I am Cherokee, Cheyenne, Blackfoot, and Algonquin, Dakota. And I am also a French, English, and German. That means we are all related. We embrace the new millennial golden rule as the law of all the natives of the sacred ground that is Mother Earth, and all the planets of all the universes. And then she said she couldn't be the maid for everybody. You just not remember that? That's when she came back and started to sell her hands with the golden center. Her whole love was to care for children. She didn't try so just to get along, evidently. She was careful, very careful. And there was a sister, Clara.
Children of planet Earth, welcome to our Starry Hours broadcasts. We are broadcasting from the heart and the headquarters of the New Millennial Co-Federation of Earth and Planets, the family community of love and life in the light of balance of the New Millennial Golden Rule. The New Millennial Golden Rule is the key law for every planet that wants to be able to survive, thrive, and have interplanetary contact. Without the New Millennial Golden Rule, a planet will fail and become extinct. This has happened before. Many people have suspected that this is what happened on Mars. We may be the place that the fairy dust of the human genome from Mars was scattered and came up again here. But right now, we're doing what you see of little green men. They're really little blue men and a little bit of purple men and black in heart men. I'm not saying skin color, but in their hearts. Because we have been living for thousands of years under an anthropological organizational system called patriarchy. In patriarchy, the decisions are made mostly by older men. And we have a particularly pernicious version of this right now, because we not only have older men making the decisions, but we have a token frosting of women who are acting like older men. So there is no balance whatsoever, and the women who represent themselves out as models to other women have mostly forgotten the other women. And the old men have forgotten the other women, and they've also forgotten most of the rest of the male brotherhood of humanity too. So that's what we have, and we need a way out of it pretty quickly or we're going to go extinct. So I've given it to you. I'm a first but not last or only cosmic Christ. No big whoop. Let me speak the language of our times. No big whoop. You can be a cosmic Christ too. You don't have to be born by virginal birth. You have to have a good heart and a good head. A good heart and a good head and a good spirit toward other people. And if you do that, you'll go to 5050now.wordpress.com. You'll read the New Millennial Golden Rule and you'll say, yep, that's for me. Yep, that's for everyone I know. Yep, that's for all my generations going back to the beginning of time. And yep, that's for all my generations that are alive now, all the horizontal peers of my family community. And yep, that's the what I want for the future. That's it. I got it. It's mine. I'll deliver it. It's my law too. Make it your law. Make it your law and deliver it to everybody you know. And this is pretty straightforward. Our planet is destroying itself. The female gender has been routed not only by dominating men, but by ditzy women who like dominating men. And therefore, we're all sitting here with a methane cloud over Los Angeles and another one over New Mexico. The birds and the bees running for cover from GMO seeds and global warming, and humanity not knowing when the next horrific hurricane, tsunami, earthquake, Fukushima, Exxon Valdez, war, nuclear war might just happen today. Because we are like a tale told by an idiot with sound and fury signifying nothing. Because all we do is act like lemmings at the behest of a few old men in boardrooms. They dictate what they want the puppet politicians to do and say, and the puppet politicians can't get onto the media at all unless they follow those dictates. So they kind of try to play a double agent role. They try to think a little bit of humanity, but mostly they have to please the boardrooms. That's mostly what they have to do in order to get on television. Television. I'm broadcasting from Silver, I now call Silver Golden Spring, Maryland. Maryland, that is not a coincidence. I am a direct descendant of the families of Maryam of Magdala, Maryam of Nazareth, and Jesus of Nazareth, and their kin. We know some of Jesus' kin included Maryam and Salome and James and probably Thomas. We don't know the names of Maryam of Magdala's kin, but she had them. And you know what? She was, in the eyes of Jesus of Nazareth, is equal. And so was he. That's the way he viewed his mother, as his equal. The way Jesus has been given to you is Jesus stuck on the head of King Henry VIII. That's not who he was, folks. He was egalitarian. The Essenes were egalitarian. That's how they were different from the emperors, from the Sadducees, from the Pharisees, from some of the other creeps rolling around at that time. And even the creeps got into their creepy habit of patriarchy because they lost contact with Atlantis, and Atlantis lost its own bearings and started flirting with patriarchy. And so then there was a huge volcanic eruption called the eruption of Thera, the Ra. It was the eruption of the light. I am the Ra, okay? I'm the personification of what you don't want to erupt. You would rather have take care of you with the new millennial golden rule. If you don't go with the new millennial golden rule, you probably have an eruption of some Theras. Yeah, you'll probably have. Maybe one of the 7 sisters in Oregon. Or maybe it'll just be a human-made Thera with a plutonium explosion at one of our very so unnecessary nuclear power plants. You know, we have the sun. We have the solar panels. They're easy. They're ready. And you're not figuring this out. Gosh! Children, wake up, my babies. Wake up. This is your mother. This is your divine mother of the universe, not just of only this planet. This is the divine mother of the universe talking to you, saying, darlings, you're supposed to be doing Stargate and Star Trek by now, not paying a lot of money to watch television and get lied to. We had a big failing here in North America of the women's process. The women have diaspora from their hometowns. The mothers and the daughters don't get into the habit of mentoring one another. That's the wrong word for it. Let's say embracing and encouraging in full exploration of their intellectual as well as their leadership talents. And so we have this sick valley we have fallen into of tokenism. Taking a break. Now, lots of people know about the new millennial golden rule. I've emailed millions of people, and I know at least several hundred who know it pretty well. And I don't know what they're doing right now. I think some of them are carrying it to other people or parts and pieces of it. They're talking about a little bit around the edges. Folks, that's going to not be enough. You're going to have to actually talk about the new millennial golden rule, or you're not going to get out of your extinction trap. And some of you are going to start to die, and you might be very precious people. Some of our very precious people have passed. Maya Angelou, Robin Williams, Michael Jackson. And what about some of these other women, especially our cousin, Lynn Margulies? and Jane Shaperg, and others, Coretta Scott King, let me say that properly, Coretta Scott King. We've lost people, and Yolanda, we've lost people. We could lose a lot more. I'm fearful for my ones that I love most dearly because they're not getting it. I say, come into the light, they go look at the dark. They cling to the dark. They're clinging to the dark. So I think that I'm going to pray to Goddess God that they give you epiphany and not make it total annihilation. I am praying to that because I keep working at this and I'm trying clever little ways to motivate you and working on it, but that takes me a long time. And since you're recalcitrant and you've gotten that way for very complex reasons, in part because I myself didn't know who I was for most of my life. So the people who knew me were not benefited from my greater light, which is arisen now. But now you're very deeply involved in clinging to the dark. You cling to tokenism, you cling to money. At a time of solar energy, folks, money is next to obsolete. But if you hold on to money, then you won't get solar energy. And you know what you'll have instead? Dark extinction. Yeah, that's what you'll have. You'll have the Plutonic planetocide instead of the parity paradise. This is a very simple choice, everybody and everyone. You have the Goddess God within you. I have the Goddess God within me. Everybody does. Namaste. Do you bring that forth, or do you act like some kind of chimpanzee? Do you act like the bonobo that knows how to be goddess and God, or do you act like chimpanzees? Or worse, orangutans, or whatever. The more hierarchical, unnecessarily hierarchical of monkeys, so that you suppress the full more than half of the human family's genius. They're too busy fending off insults from the men and from each other to even think straight. I'm hiccuping because it requires a hiccup. I don't know what to say. I tried this with you. You're not getting the message. I pray to the Goddess God that now I'm working on some macro level help for you. It takes me a while. I'm slow. I have a lot of tasks, and it takes me a while. I need a few hours of rest here and there. It takes me a while. Your Kazina, Co-Severa, Co-Secretary General, is a bit overtaxed and quite late in my performance of my planned activities on your behalf. I am yet doing them, though, and I will not give up. So everything I have done has to be backdated to last year, and actually to the year 2000 on our conventional Western calendar, which is a different year on many other calendars. And don't get into the numbers of the years and the months anymore, because the new millennial golden rule frees you from that. I want you to become immortal, have eternal life and eternal youth. That's not such a bad deal, is it? But you will have to give up patriarchy, and you will find money obsolete. So you figure it out. The New Millennial Golden Rule and lots of other good things to read, especially the names of all of you and the pictures of all of you and so many of you and all the people who represent you, are at 5050now.wordpress.com. Go to the website, read it entirely, a couple of hours. That's all it takes. You'll come out of there a new millennial being, a divine democracy, Co-Secretary General, Co-Severa, Equinox True Q. You'll preserve your planet, and you'll have a marvelous, miraculous, youthful, eternal life bopping around between this and other planets. And it's visiting all your family every day of the week, every hour, by the internet and in person. You'll have all the time, because the sun's going to be warming up your planet. You're going to be doing some very low stress, very easy permaculture techniques you'll have no problem. You'll have everything you need. So, or else you could just continue to go over the cliff with the old men lemming who are leading you as lemmings. You can do that too. You pick, you pick. And that's our broadcast. See you in the dawning hours of later today.